Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing great. So let's continue with our discussion on the cost accounting systems, right? Or what we call it as cost bookkeeping. And in that we were discussing about the non-integrated system. The discussion part, the conceptual part of non-integrated system is complete. We have discussed all the journal entries, right? That what is the treatment of the various items with regard to material, labor, overheads and finished goods. So we divided all the journal entries, the non-integrated bookkeeping into four parts: material, labor, overheads and finished goods, and we have already discussed everything related to that. So in this lecture we are going to do this question, that is question number 5. Right, sir? This question file is available on our Android mobile app, so you can get it from there. As of 31st of March, the following balances existed in the firm's cost ledger, which is maintained separately on double entry basis. Account head is given: SLC account 3 lakh rupees, WIP control account 1 lakh 50, finished goods control 250, manufacturing overheads 15,000, and cost ledger control account. This is nothing but the GLA account, right? As we call it as CLC account also. 6,85,000. So these are given the opening balances of the various accounts. Clear? During the next quarter, the following items arose: finished product at cost, manufacturing overheads incurred, raw material purchased, factory wages, indirect labor, cost of sales, material issued to production, sales return, material returned to supplier, and manufacturing overheads charged to production. So you are required to prepare the following accounts: cost ledger control account, stores ledger control account, WIP control account, finished goods ledger control account, manufacturing overheads control account, wages, cost of sales, and the trial balance at the end of the quarter. So this kind of a question can be definitely asked in the exam for 10 marks. Definitely, sir. You are required to prepare 8 accounts, right? So you can get this question for 10 marks for sure. In such questions where you have to make so many accounts, what you should do is just prepare the formats first, right? Like this, prepare the formats, keep 6-7 lines for each account, right? So what are the various accounts that we need to prepare now? I'll write it down. The first is cost ledger control account. Cost ledger control account, right? Then we have SLC account or stores ledger control account. Then we have WIP ledger control account, right? What else is required? Finished goods ledger control account. Then we have finished goods ledger control account, right? Then is required manufacturing overheads, wages and cost of sales. So we'll be having manufacturing overheads control account. Then we have wages control account. Then we have cost of sales, right? Yes, cost of sales account. Cost of sales account, and then in the last we'll have the trial balance, right? So this will be my trial balance. So it is always advisable to prepare all the formats in the examination first, right? Because then what will be left is just putting on the entries, right? Just putting in the journal entries in the respective head. So the first step in this case will be writing down the opening balances, right? So we have the various opening balances. We have stores ledger control account 3 lakh, WIP 1 lakh 50,000, debit balance. So be careful whether it is a debit balance or a credit balance given to you. So first is SLC account 3 lakh, right? I will write it down here. In the SLC, I will write to balance brought down. To balance brought down. That is 3 lakh. Next is WIP 1,50,000. WIP is 1,50,000. So to balance brought down 1,50,000, right? Then finished goods 2,50,000. So to balance brought down 2,50,000, right? Then what else we have? Manufacturing overheads 15,000. By balance brought down 15,000. Then last is the CLC account 6,85,000. So I have written it at the top, 6,85,000 by balance brought down. 6,85,000. Clear? Any doubts in this? Now after this, what is to be done? This is what we have recorded. So we have recorded this all. Now is to record all these transactions one by one. Give them the double entry effect, right? So the first transaction is going to be finished product at cost. What is going to be the journal entry for this, sir? If we are saying finished product at cost, what is the meaning of that? This means that your WIP has been converted into finished goods and you are recording the finished goods at cost. That is 2,25,000. Can you tell me the journal entry for this? The journal entry will be the WIP has been converted into finished good. That means my FG will increase, finished goods control account debit to WIP account, to WIP control account. Any doubts in this thing? Right? This will be the journal entry. This is recording finished goods at cost. That means the WIP has been converted into finished goods, 2,25,000. Now, just post this entry now. The one effect will be given to WIP and the other will be given to finished goods. So in WIP, what are we going to write? By FG control account, right? How much? 2,25,000. Right, sir? 2,25,000. The other effect will be given in the finished goods to WIP ledger control account debit 2,25,000. So you have to do the double entry simultaneously. Don't think that I will first complete one account and then move on to the other account. No, you will forget about all the entries then. Right? Then there is 100% guarantee that you will commit a mistake. So post the entry in both the accounts simultaneously. That is very important. Right? Next is manufacturing overheads incurred. So you have to be very careful whether the word used is incurred or absorbed, right? Because the journal entry for both the things will be different. Here it is saying the manufacturing overheads have been incurred. So the entry for that will be, what will be the entry, sir? What will be for the manufacturing overheads incurred? Overheads account debit, control account debit to GLA. Any doubts? Overheads account debit to GLA account, right? 85,000. So where is the overheads account? Here is the manufacturing overheads account. So I will write it as to GLA account 85,000. And the other account GLA, or we'll use the word CLC here because as per the question they are using CLC. So I'll write CLC account, right? To CLC 85,000. Be careful, use the words those are given in the question itself. So here I will write by manufacturing overheads control account, right? 85,000. Any doubts? Next is, so we are done with the finished goods, we are done with the manufacturing. Now raw material purchased, very simple, SLC to GLA or CLC 1,25,000. So the entry will be in the SLC account. I will write to CLC, that is 1,25,000, and in the CLC account I will write by SLC account. By SLC account 1,25,000. Any doubts up till this point? Clear? Next is factory wages. Now see, they have given the factory wages also and they have given the indirect labor also. So that means this is my direct labor cost. When you are given the factory wages, that means you are given the direct wage cost. Clear? So what is the first entry in case of wages? The first entry is we are paying the total wages, that means the total of direct and indirect, 60,000. The first entry is the payment of these wages, right? What is the entry for that? Entry is wages control account debit to GLA account, right? In the financial books we'll post wages to cash, but in the cost books we cannot use the word cash, so the entry will be wages control account debit to GLA account. That means here in the wages control account, sir, where is wages? Now this is wages control account, so I can write here to CLC account, how much? 60,000, right? 40,000 plus 20,000, 40,000 plus 20,000, right? And in the CLC account, what I am going to take is, in the CLC account, I am going to take by wages control. By wages control account, how much? 60,000, right? Any doubts in this? Clear, sir? Now you will distribute these wages between the direct labor and indirect labor. What is the entry for direct labor? What is the entry? Sir, WIP account debit to what? Wages control account, right? So WIP to wages control account, 40,000 only and only direct labor part. Direct labor is identifiable in 1 unit. So my entry will be here WIP to wages control. That means here I will write by WIP account, how much? 40,000. And in the WIP account, where is WIP account? This I will write to wages control account, to wages control account, 40,000. Any doubts? Clear? Now what is the journal entry for the remaining 20,000? That is your overheads. That is your overheads. So what I will write? Factory overheads to wages control, right? 20,000. So one entry will be in the manufacturing overheads. What is the entry to wages control account? That is 20,000 for indirect labor, and in the wages I will write by overheads control account. By manufacturing overheads control account, 20,000. Right? Any doubts up till this point? Now this is the benefit that I told you, that you have prepare all the formats first and then keep on posting. Right? So we are done with the factory wages, we are done with the indirect labor. Now cost of sales 1,75,000. When do we record the cost of sales? Recording cost of sale means the finished goods have been converted into sale and we are recording that at cost. What is the entry? Sir, if finished goods have been sold, my stock of finished goods will decrease, my cost of sales will increase. So the entry will be cost of sales account debit to finished goods control account. So in the cost of sales, I will write to FG control, right, 1,75,000, and in the finished goods account, I will write by cost of sales, 1,75,000. Clear? Any doubts? Now moving on. Next is materials issued to production. What is the entry for material issued to production? WIP to SLC. Very simple. 1,35,000. WIP to SLC. So I will write to SLC here. To SLC 1,35,000. right? And in the SLC account, I will write by WIP 1,35,000. Clear? Next entry. So that is why, sir, if you are clear with the journal entries, if you have the journal entries set in your mind, and if you are able to grasp immediately that what this point means to say and what will be the journal entry, right? If you have understood the concept, then this is a very simple question. Now, sales return at cost, it is given at cost. That means this is where we sold at cost and this is the return at cost. If it is a return, my finished goods stock will increase 9,000. So the entry in the finished goods account will be finished goods to cost of sales, right? So here I will write to cost of sales. How much? 9,000. And in the cost of sales account, I will write by FG control 9,000. Clear? Any doubts? Moving on. Next is material return to supplier 13,000. What is the entry for material receipt? SLC to GLA. Now return of 13,000 GLA to SLC. So the entry will be in the SLC account by CLC 13,000, right? And here I will write to SLC 13,000. Clear? Moving on. Next is material return to supplier. We have done the manufacturing overheads charged to production. Manufacturing overheads charged to production. This means this is asking for absorption of overheads. Absorption of overheads. Now, what is the entry for absorption of overheads? Sir, where do you absorb these overheads? In 1 unit of finished good. And what is my 1 unit of finished good? That is my WIP account. Right? I told you that my 1 unit of finished good means my WIP ledger control account. So if you are absorbing it, that means my production overheads account will reduce, my WIP value will increase. Right? So the entry will be WIP account debit to what? WIP to manufacturing overheads control account. Right? How much? 85,000. Let's see. SLC is there. WIP. Entry will be WIP to manufacturing overheads to manufacturing overheads control account 85,000. This is my absorbed overheads. This is my absorbed overhead, sir. Right? And in the overheads account, I will have by WIP account, that is 85,000. Clear? Now let's see if there is any other entry left. Sir, we are done with sales return, material, manufacturing. Any other entry left? No, sir. Right? So nothing left there. That means now we have to close these accounts. Right? Now we have to close these accounts. We'll start with, remember one thing, close this CLC account in the end. Always close this CLC account in the last, because there might be some entries which are to be transferred to the CLC account, right? So close this account in the last. So the first account that we are going to close is the SLC account, right? The first account is SLC account. We are going to close it. So we'll have a closing balance here. Sir, remember, if we are having the opening balance given in the question, that means we are carry forwarding that account from one period to another period, right? So we can have the closing balances also. It is not given that you are closing these balances and there is no carry forward. So there will be a closing balance by balance carried down. The value is 2,77,000, right? So you can write the totals here. Okay, you can write the totals here. Next is WIP ledger control account. WIP ledger control account, I will have a balance. So I'll write by balance carried down. My balance will be 1,85,000. Right, sir? Then finished goods control account. My finished goods control account will have by balance carried down. This will be 3,09,000. Right, sir? Right, so we are done with the finished goods account also. So you can write down the totals here. Okay, don't forget about it. I'm not writing it down. You can write it down. Now the manufacturing overheads control account. Now this is going to be very, 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 very interesting, sir. Very interesting. Sir, if you look at it, there is an under or over absorption of 5,000 rupees. How to record that? Whether you have to take it, see here the actual overheads incurred is 85 plus 20. Right? 85 plus 20,000, and here you have 15 plus 85. So that means there is the actual overheads incurred are more. There is an under absorption of 5,000 rupees. Now the point here is whether to take that under absorption to the costing profit and loss account, or it is to be carried forward to the next period. Now this is an interesting part here. In the last lecture, I also told you that I will tell you where to take it to the costing P&L and where to carry forward it, right? Supplementary rate calculation doesn't apply here. No need. Sir, whenever you have a opening balance, see, you have a opening balance here, the manufacturing overheads control account. Now this opening balance indicates that you are practicing what? You are practicing the method that you carry forward your overheads to the next period. One thing is clear, that is why you are having the opening balance now. That means you are carry forwarding the things to the next period, isn't it? That means if you have an under or over absorption, you can carry forward that to the next period. Simple, right? So in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to carry forward it, and I will write by balance carried down 5,000, right? And if there is no opening balance, then you can directly take it to costing profit and loss account. But in this question, there is one more point. In this question, you are not required to prepare the costing profit and loss account, right? So it is always preferable to carry forward it. Next, wages control account. Sir, this account is already closed. Right, incurred and divided into WIP and manufacturing overheads. Then the cost of sales account, right? FG control 1,75,000. Then there was a return of 9,000. Then the balance to be taken to. Sir, balance normally we say that this cost of sales will be transferred to costing profit and loss account. This is what we learned, right? We discussed this, that transfer the cost of sales to costing profit and loss account. But in this question, two things are there to be considered. One is you are not required to prepare the costing profit and loss account, right? Second thing is you are not given the sales. If you are not given the total sales, then there is no question of booking the profit, right? In such cases, what you can do is you can carry forward it by balance carried down, right? So you can carry forward it and show it in the trial balance 1,66,000. Clear? So this is what you learn from the practical questions. Next, anything else? Trial balance will prepare later on. So cost of sales is done. Everything is done. Wow, sir, great. So what is left is the cost ledger control account. So we can close it now easily. Right, there is nothing much now, so we can close it by balance carried down 9,42,000. Clear? All the accounts are done. Now what is left is the trial balance. So in the trial balance, you will write down all the balances, sir. The carry forward balances, all the balances that we have carry forwarded. So you have to write it down, right? So the first account is SLC account. That is stores ledger control account. The balance was 2,77,000, right? Then we have WIP control account. WIP control account. The balance is 1,85,000. right? Then you have finished goods control account, FG control account. All the balances you have to write down. You know how to prepare the trial balance, right? You have already learned it. Then you have manufacturing overheads control account, that is 5,000. Then you have cost of sales 1,66,000, and then you have CLC account, that is 9,42,000. So check the totals, you will get the total of 9,42,000, right? You will get the total of 9,42,000. This is your trial balance. Any doubts? Clear? So these kind of questions can definitely be asked in the examination for 10 marks, sir. 10 marks, mind you. So if you are very much clear with the concepts that how this particular journal entry is to be done, then you can definitely score this 10 marks. This is a bonus marks for you. Clear? And I have told you the basic method, that what you have to follow is prepare all the formats and keep 6 to 7 lines for each account. You should keep more lines for the CLC account, at least 10-12 lines for the CLC account, and for the remaining accounts 6 to 7 line is more than sufficient. You won't get the entries more than that in a particular account. 6 to 7 is sufficient. For CLC account you should keep it 10-12 lines, right? Prepare all the basic formats and then keep posting the entries, and post double entries simultaneously. Do not do it that I'll post one account entries at first and then second and then third. No, don't do like that. Then there is 100% chance that you will do the mistake, right? So we are done with this question number 5, right, sir? So all those who are having these question files, try question number 6 on your own once, right? Try to do question number 6. In question number 6, do not prepare this reconciliation statement right now, because I haven't taught you this reconciliation part. This will be doing it in the next lecture. So leave this reconciliation part. Try to prepare the rest of the accounts, right? Try to prepare on your own. Very simple. I'll discuss it in the next lecture now, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.